Okay, here we are. I don't know what has happened in the last like 24 hours because I haven't been on the internet since I streamed Zenless Zone Zero a couple days ago. I tried to stream again, but life got in the way. But I don't know what happened while I was gone for 24 hours, but like bro, like the fucking gotcha space just imploded. Like everybody's fighting with each other again. Like fucking Tectone had shit with Gotcha Smack, but they hashed that out. Like fucking now he's fighting with Hex Juice and M-Dash. Like what the fuck? I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I found this video that's basically explaining everything because apparently there was a stream where Hex Juice and Tectone like had an argument, and then I saw like his video on like the different cognitive biases and all that. But I, this is just me trying to figure out what's going on. So I saw this video. It's basically explaining what's happening with like MTash and like Tectone and like Hex Juice, the fucking battle royale that's going on right now. I figured I'd watch it, just give my opinions. You know how it is, just give my opinions. Nothing concrete, just what I think. All speculation. I'm not saying anyone's a bad person, anything like that. I just purely speculation, just opinions. I just want to know what's going on because let's be real, drama is great when it doesn't involve you. Let's just keep it real. Drama is interesting when it doesn't involve you.
Blindsided the entire gotcha community and was very unexpected was Tectone versus Mtashed. Now, Tectone and Mtashed have had drama and issues in the
I swear, like these guys had like a really good friendship, as far as I can remember. I haven't seen them collab as much, but I swear, like for a really long time, these guys were like fucking. It was like implied that they were secret lovers. like I don't know. I thought these guys were like really cool, but I guess
past when
shit
Genshin
happens.
Impact first started, but they have worked their way to get over those hurdles and build a friendship. They also interacted multiple times with each other on the Gotcha Cast and have always talked with each other whenever they've had an issue and overcome obstacles to have the current friendship that they had today. Well, they had a friendship, I mean to say, because after today, Mtash.
So is that friendship just now done? I'm gonna be real. I don't watch MTash as much as I watch Tectone. Not because I don't think MTash is good, but okay. Here's some interesting back lore about me. I started watching Tectone like 2-3 years ago. It was like right around the time, like a couple months before he took the hiatus from Genshin. That's right around when I started watching like Tectone. It was like literally like smack dab in the middle of him in that controversy where people were saying he was racist because he didn't like Yunjin singing. That was like smack dab in the middle when I started watching him. And I'll be honest, like sidetrack, I'm real. I agree that I did not like her singing either. But I found it stupid that people were saying he was racist. But that's just when I started watching him. And I stopped watching him like a couple months after that because I could tell like he really like I didn't know about any of the bullshit. Like I didn't know about the shit with Ambiosity, Jin and Jinxer, like Atsu. I didn't know about any of that shit. But he was just very angry. I could tell, like, bro. Like I remember I watched him and like he went like on like he went like a 10-minute rant because he saw Paimon breathe. Like I swear to God, it was bad. Like he just hated Genshin. And I that's why I stopped watching him. Not because I didn't like the fact that he didn't like Genshin, but just because it was clear that like he didn't like he was like it was watching a dude who hated his job. That's basically what it was. Like that was the biggest reason why I stopped watching I stopped watching Tectone because he's just like every time he's just like he was just angry and like it just wasn't interesting for me. And then he started playing Honkai Star Rail and he was a lot more, I could see the change. He was a lot healthier mentally and he was a lot more fun to watch. And I've been watching him ever since the launch of Honkai Star Rail. I've been watching him like a lot. And with MTash, it was like kind of the same thing as kind of the same reason why I kind of don't watch MTash because like MTash, it's clear that he doesn't like gotcha games. Like it's not even just Genshin. It's clear that he just doesn't like gotcha games. Period. And like almost every clip I see of MTash is just him he's quitting the gotcha game that he's playing. And I'm just like it. I don't know. Like and it's like MTash is a really good content creator. Don't get me wrong. He's very 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 good. He's the largest. He's like one of the largest in the space. He's very good. But it's just clear that like he just needs to. I feel like I'm getting the same vibe as when I watched like the old Tectone, where it's like someone who's just very angry and he's just kind of spiraling downward. I'm just like, bro, just like you need to just like play something else. Like you need to like kind of just leave the gacha space. Not because I don't think he shouldn't be in it, but I think it'd be just better for him, like as a content creator and just him for himself. That if he just kind of said fuck you guys to the, I think it'd be better for him if he just said fuck you to the gacha space, like straight up, like just full out, middle finger out, just like fuck you and just bounces. I feel like that's what he should do.
Is done with not only Tectone but Hex Juice. Here is the full context of the drama. We will be staying neutral for the entire thing. We will give.
I will try to stay neutral as well, and that doesn't mean that I will try to play devil's advocate when I think there could be a take for both sides. So I am going to do that.
Some opinions and thoughts towards the end lightly. However, I don't really want to give it.
However, if I do think someone is more in the wrong, I will say it.
In or pick sides towards anybody, as I admire all three creators and they're some of my biggest inspirations for why I wanted to go into the gacha space. Hi, my name is
Hex Juice as well. Hex Juice is like more recent. I don't really watch her too much. I do watch some of her videos. I am subscribed to her. I don't watch too many of her videos, but I do like Hex Juice. She does have opinions that I don't know. I agree with most of her opinions. Some I disagree with, but she does make good content. I just want to say that.
And let's talk about the Tectone versus Mtashed drama. So how do we get to the point of no return with Tectone and Mtashed? Well, on July 4th, everybody has known in the gacha space a game by Hoyoverse was set to release called Zenless Zone Zero. Mtashed has been burned.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I haven't played Zenless Zone Zero that much, so I'm gonna reserve anything I'm gonna say about it. But so far, I think the biggest problem, the bullet sponges, and it's not that hard. But other than that, I mean, I can understand why people don't like it. I'm not saying you have to like it, but there are some good things about the game. Like, I'm real. It's not completely bad. I do think it's the worst out of like the big four right now. Like Honkai Star Rail, again. Actually, no, Genshin's worse. No, I'd say Genshin's worse. Yeah, I would say Genshin's worse. That's just how bad of a state Genshin is in. I would say Genshin's worse. So like, so if I were to rank it, I'd say like Wuthering Waves, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, then Genshin. But honestly, like, once again, I haven't played too much about it, so I'm not gonna like say anything concrete. But so far, I'm having a good time.
Out of the gacha formula, he hates being time gated. He does not want to play games where when he does get to the end game, he has to wait for weeks to get another update, and the update is good for the first 2 to 3 days, and then he finishes it, and then he has nothing else to do. Mtashed wants a game where he can grind a lot, has a huge chunk of content, and put out multiple videos really fast.
So an MMO, like that's literally what it is. Like bro, like. He needs to stop playing gacha games. That's just what it is.
However, the sad reality is in the gacha space, that's not how gacha games work. Your progression is time gated. You have to log in daily, and then every month and a half or 7 to 6 weeks, there is a new patch that comes out, and then you can play some new.
Like, here's the thing. Like, this is my problem with Genshin. I don't mind the time gated. I don't mind it to being time gated. That's just what it is. Like, my whole thing is I do not want to be constrained to one gacha game. Because being constrained to one gacha game will fuck with you mentally. I know that will. That's why I don't stream Genshin that much, because there's nothing to do. I'll probably stream like the 5.0 Archon quest, but other than that, I'm not going to do anything with Genshin, right? I'll have fun with Honkai Star Rail, make videos on that when I want to, then make videos on Wuthering Waves, and then make videos on Zenless Zone Zero. And then I'm also going to play other games. Like, I have Elden Ring. I've had Elden Ring sitting on my PC for the last like 2 months, and I haven't even opened it yet, because I want to plan a day where I can just play that for like 24 hours straight. But I have to plan a day for that, because I also have another job. I have a job right after this, so it's like I have to plan a day where it's like I can just stream that shit for like 24 hours straight, right? Now that's just like what I want to do, because I know gacha games, bro, it will burn you out because they're time gated. That's how gacha games work. And I think being mad, I think it's kind of invalid to be mad at a gacha game for being a gacha game, right? Like, it's just how it is. It's a necessary evil, right? Because you wouldn't have a reason to log in every day if they didn't time gate you, right? And I know it's bad to support the big bad corporations, but that's just how it works. They're not going to change it, whether you like it or not. They're not going to change it, because that's how they get player retention.
New content. So it's safe to say that Mtashed was already kind of burned out of the gacha formula, And Tectone's best advice to Mtashed is that he needs an MMO or something else to play, a bigger game to cover. That way he wouldn't be burnt out or frustrated. Now, the issue with this whole topic started with Zenless Zone Zero, and you may be wondering how. Well, you see, Mtashed was trying to be optimistic, covering a new game, wanting to make guides, but however, due to the reality of it being a Hoyoverse game and everybody knows what formula they follow, it is also time-gated progression. He can't grind everything out immediately.
Gamers, I swear every content creator in the world is like, Mtashed already quit Zenless Zone Zero because I critique the game. It's so annoying. But anyways,
I'm gonna be completely fair. You kind of gave that moniker to yourself, because how many times did you quit Genshin and then make a new account? I'm just like, I'm not gonna be an asshole. That's just the truth. Like, how many times have you quit Genshin then made a new account? How many times did you quit Hawkeye Star Rail? Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's like, that's kind of a moniker that you gave yourself. And like, I can understand it being annoying when people keep saying that shit, but it's like, people wouldn't be saying that shit if you didn't do that shit, right? That's just what it is.
I'm committing. I am going to be 100% honest every time, no matter the game, no matter the take. I always am honest. And I think that Zenless Zone Zero hasn't been the most fun.
Now, whether you like Zenless Zone Zero or not is up to you. I would recommend giving it a try, or at least watch some gameplay or anything, just to see if you...
I will say this though, I think Zenless Zone Zero is the first gacha game where I'm going to be truly 100% free to play. Like, I'm not going to spend any money, because my wallet is split between 4 gacha games. Actually, I've spent like little to no money on Genshin in the last like, say, 3 months. Like, I think I've only gotten like the Welkin, and then like I think I dropped a 20 for Clorand, and that's it. And Honkai Star Rail, honestly, I haven't played that much Honkai Star Rail because like I actually have nothing to do in Honkai Star Rail. Like, every character that I want and like play, they're all built. So like I have really nothing to do, and it's just play the new story, and then like do some of the end games. But other than that, I have nothing to do, because all the characters that I want to play, they're all built. So like I'm kind of like I'm at the point now where I actually play Honkai Star Rail less than I play Genshin, because I have so many characters in Genshin that like I actually want to build. So it's kind of an odd situation. But anyways, this is sidetracked.
Are interested, but I'm going to show you guys what Tectone's opinion was, and the context of this is Tectone has been looking around and seeing a bunch of creators clips where they are reviewing the game early, maybe 5 to 6 hours in, and giving their honest thoughts. And this is what he had to say.
How I feel or don't feel. And let's start with the community. The community aspect for Zenless Zone Zero has been nothing short of the biggest bitch wine fest I've ever seen in my entire life. So much so where if people are actually enjoying the game, people are getting angry at them just for enjoying it this early on. I can understand when people are upset.
No, I have to agree. I remember Zenless Zone Zero came out, and like 3 hours later, people were saying it was a shit fest. I was like, how can you say that when the game's been live for 3 hours? Like, any game, like, even if like just ignoring the fact that it's a gacha game. Like, gacha games, you need to play for a lot longer for you to actually decide if you like it or not, because one of two things will happen with the gacha game. Either you're gonna pretend that you love it so much because it's the honeymoon phase, because it's a brand new game, and then a gacha game will give you so much free shit, so you're gonna think that you like the game a lot, or you're gonna sit there and say, oh, you hate it because you know the reasons that you might hate it, but it's like you've only played it for like 4 hours. It's like, that's nothing, right? So it's like I kind of have to agree. Like, I remember like the game came out 3 hours later, everyone was like, this is the worst game ever made. I was like, how?
Said about someone else enjoying the game. Once you're like 3, 4, 5 years in, you realize the devs don't give a fuck about what you're doing or saying whatsoever. But right now, we haven't really been proved that the devs aren't listening right now. They have made some changes to the TV, as they stated prior. I feel like it's fine to give the game a full try. We don't know the lengths of the endgame content. The game has been out for less than 24 hours, and I feel like getting this angry this early is a little bit childish, a little bit dumb, and a little bit short-sighted. Let's wait to shit on it until there is absolutely no wiggle room whatsoever. Let's beat everything in the game, or at least allow me to beat everything in the game, then I'll let you know exactly that this is not an opinion, this is a fact, this game sucks or doesn't. That's the way that I like to go about things, but that's just me. General CC's attitudes is pretty much nothing short of absolute piss fucking poor whiny bitch babies, and that's okay. It is what it is. Once again, I can totally understand if they were like this, and I'm not saying every content creator, but I'm saying there's a lot of wah crying bitches going on in the community right now that say, I don't like the game and here's why. I think it's stupid. I can't tell you why that is, but I just really feel like it's dumb. I don't really know what I'm saying, but that's how I feel. Here's my viewpoint. If you are a content creator that's giving an opinion and you can't back why you're giving that opinion, or if you can't justify that viewpoint, I feel like you should pivot that or not say anything whatsoever. Because when you're just saying, take my word at face value and I won't defend it whatsoever, or prove it whatsoever, it's just going to lead to some very cringe behavior in the community. And yeah, if you have a viewpoint, defend your viewpoint. Yeah, that's why it's called.
I mean, I think everything he's saying is pretty fair. I do think everything he says is pretty fair. I don't see why you would disagree with that. I feel like what he's saying is pretty fair. Just like, hey, if you want to have an opinion on the game, play the fucking game, so you can have an have like an unbiased opinion on the game after you play it. It's like people give shit to IGN journalists for like reviewing a game that they're clearly shit at, but we're over here being like, I played the game for 20 minutes and I can tell you that the game is shit. And it's like, what? It's like, what do you mean?
Called constructive criticism, not just criticism, because it gets a little bit weird when you can't defend or explain why it is what you're saying.
Okay, so now that we understand how Tectone feels about Gacha CC's posting about Zenless Zone Zero, giving early opinions, doom posting about it, rather than saying, this is my early take and here's why, and backing up their claims, we're going to go into the next topic, which is going to be him versus Hex Juice. Now, I want to clarify one thing.
Now, this is something I'm interesting because I actually don't know what happened
versus
here.
Tectone clips, talking
Because
about
I know they disagree a lot, but they're still good friends.
Both were a little bit
this is
frustrated at each other. Both had reasons to be frustrated at
this is probably where the slippery slope is going to happen.
each other, which I'm going to show you.
I'm going to try to stay neutral, but I'm like not neutral. I'm going to try to stay unbiased on my opinion, and I'm actually going to like point out who I think is more in the wrong in certain scenarios.
Here and why. But one thing I want to say is at the end of this, they both did decide that they're going to talk about it in private and hash it out. Their relationship is fine and they're still homies. But without further ado, here's what happened between Tectone and Hex Juice, and keep in mind this is a big setup for what starts the war between Mtashed and Tectone.
Why does she
You're
think
not
I'm
allowed to
telling her
have an
she
opinion.
can't have
I'm
an opinion?
sorry, these are the rules.
Yep.
I'd be allowed to have an opinion if it matched yours. Whatever Tectone said I disagree with.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not interested in being your yes man on this one. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's cool. Everyone cares about what I'm saying, even though no one agrees. Yeah, because you, like, quadruple the size of literally any other streamer in Gacha. Of course they care. You've made yourself the Gacha guy.
Earned.
So, yes, people care about your opinions. Especially when you're being annoying and obnoxious about it.
Am I?
But yeah, if you'd like to continue talking, you are welcome to call me on voice chat. But I'm not gonna, you know, back and forth over Twitch chat.
Calling.
Okay, guys, so keep in mind, at this point, Tectone's about to call Hex Juice. They're both going to get in a call. I'm going to show you guys more clips as well, but I'm going to TLDR this whole situation, as if I was to show you guys the entire thing of every conversation, every point between Hex and Tectone, Mtashed reacting to Hex and Tectone situation, and then the Mtashed and Tectone situation, we'd be here for 6 hours. So I'm trying to give you guys all the key points and TLDRing the situation, and putting it in order, that way you guys understand. So let's look over and watch the Hex and Tectone conversation / argument that occurred.
So everybody's really mad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about mad. I think people are just so
I would use the word
confused.
mad. I would use the word mad.
Okay. I mean, I'm mad at you, but that's because
That's why I would use the word mad.
Yeah. I'm mad at you because you're invalidating my opinions, and it's very frustrating.
How?
Because disagreement on
What?
like perspectives and opinions, I can't like prove you wrong because it's your perspective, just like you can't prove me wrong.
Okay, so how did I say you can't have an opinion?
By saying that, and you've constantly said anybody who disagrees with you is either on a hate train or is dumb.
Yep.
So no one's allowed to have any opinion.
No, you're
disagrees with you,
allowed.
right?
You're allowed. I didn't say you couldn't have an opinion.
Yeah, but no one's allowed to, like, you understand that when you're like quadruple the size of every other streamer in Gacha,
Yep.
and you're also so incredibly obnoxious,
True.
it means that absolutely everyone is invalidated when you say that opinion.
I don't know if I completely agree with that. Because here's the thing. Just because he's the biggest creator doesn't mean that he's right. Right? Like, okay, how do I explain this? It's like, so she's trying to say that because he's the biggest creator, right, that he can invalidate people's opinions because he's the biggest creator, right? Because what he's saying is, if you don't agree with me, you're either wrong or you're stupid, right? That's what I feel like that's what she's trying to say, right? Because that's how he invalidates people. But I don't agree with that because that doesn't mean you don't have an opinion, right? Now, I do agree that because of his size, that could affect how people will view you and your opinion. That will affect you. That doesn't mean you don't have an opinion. That doesn't mean you can't speak up and be like, oh, you're stupid for saying that, right? You can still have an opinion. That doesn't invalidate the opinion. I do think I think what she's trying to get at is like, because of how big he is, it affects the masses and how they view other people who aren't him, right? Because just because he says you're wrong doesn't mean you're wrong, right? That's basically like that's why I don't completely agree with that statement. But just like that doesn't mean you don't have an opinion, right? Just because he says you're wrong doesn't mean you're wrong. It's gonna be hard to prove him wrong because he's a very big content creator and he has the masses on his side. But just because he says you're wrong doesn't mean you're wrong, right? That's just kind of what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just me though. It's just one person's word.
Yeah, but that it's not.
It quite literally is. Just because people echo it doesn't mean it's like, okay, how do I explain that? I mean, just because people echo his word doesn't mean it's still coming from only him, right? It's like, okay, this is getting to the slippery slope of we're blaming the content creator for the actions of the masses, right? And I don't fully agree with that, right? I can understand like unless he directly said your opinion is invalid because I'm right, I can't fully like back that. But that's just how I feel about it.
Oh, sure. But the thing is, I think people who judge a game off of 2 hours are dumb.
I didn't play 2 hours. I've played about 9 hours now.
But when people were making their original, I hate this game so much, it makes me so mad. Not only have they, once again, I don't think you have to play the whole game to know that it's bad, but to at least have information on what the game becomes. But as of current time of recording, not a single person on Earth has gotten to endgame. So we don't even know what the game is, whether it changes, the issues that we have if they get better later, and I just really don't think there's enough information to give any flat-out definitive weight that is supposed to be held in the entirety of the game rather than a temporary stance. And people are eating that shit up, saying, oh, the game is bad because of the first 2 hours. Well, we don't know what it becomes later. I mean, I'll be real. People were judging the combat off of fighting the tutorial mobs. When in Wuthering Waves, if somebody were to do that, they'd just be they'd be called an idiot. Like, the game will change later, but we should see everything 1.0 has to offer before we completely dismiss this fucking game.
Okay.
I feel like I don't understand what you want from anybody. How long do I have to play this game in order to be valid in saying that you don't like the game?
I don't think you have to play it X amount. I think you just have to view what is available at the end of 1.0.
That they can just because the thing that I'm trying to get in, I'm trying to
I'm not speaking as much because I'm really trying to understand like where she's coming from. Because he's making it clear like where he's coming from. It's like, hey, just play the game enough just before you have an opinion. But she's not speaking that much. So I'm trying to, or at least the way it's clipped out, like the way it's clipped out, she's not speaking that much. So I'm really trying to wait to see what she says before I can like say anything.
Discuss, right? Is that you're saying that anybody who disagrees is either factually wrong or like basically just stupid if they don't really particularly like the game.
Just to make sure, I'm trying to understand the context of which I said that. I think I said that for the UI.
You play it when there's the most recent thing, like the most relevant thing to play, which was, I think the last time was the next major story update, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't like it, and you don't like the game. You are
So
the
I
most
stopped playing
famous Genshin Impact hater.
So I stopped
Why
playing.
go back and play it again? Because you want to have a valid opinion. And it's extremely obvious why I'm trying to play this game again.
Right.
Because I'm already having people come in here and invalidate me because I'm like stupid because I don't agree with you.
I think
So
that
I'm
if
playing.
you-
I'm going to play more of the game so that I can have a valid opinion because you're invalidating people.
Sure.
That's the same reason you play Genshin Impact. But you asking me that is like in such weird, like it's such a weird thing to do.
I think you're wrong in almost everything you've said this entire time.
Stupid because
Hold
I don't
on.
agree. The most
I'm gonna replay. I'm gonna replay it because the way it's cut up. It's kind. I feel like it's just cutting out a lot of the most important things she wants to say. But I'm gonna play it again.
like basically just stupid if they don't really particularly like the game.
Just to make sure, I'm trying to understand the context of which I said that. I think I said
That's also very important because you can't be factually wrong. You can be objectively wrong about things, even in the game. Like a lot of things are subjective, but there are things that are just objective as well. But that's also depends on how he worded it, because if it's about the UI, he has to be very objective about that. Like he has to be very specific on why they're objectively wrong about not liking the UI. Because just because he thinks the UI is like better than like, I don't know, maybe Genshin, I don't know. Well, I don't know like what the context was, but I'm assuming it's because he said the UI was good and someone said the UI was bad. So I'm not gonna make a full judgment on that, but I'm going to assume that he wasn't very specific, which is why she's saying it, which is why she was saying like, you're invalidating people by saying the UI was good, because while you can be objectively wrong about games, most of it is very subjective. Most of the time when you're making reviews about games, it's very subjective unless you get into like the actual like programming of the game. But like if he's talking about if it was about the UI, I'm assuming it's because he likes the UI and someone else didn't. He has to be very specific as to why they're wrong about not liking the UI, because that's a very subjective thing. Right. Just because he likes the UI in this game doesn't mean that the person who didn't like it is wrong or invalidated or just objectively wrong. They can just not like it because they don't like it. It is what it is. Right. Like I agree, the UI and like the style of the game is honestly the best out of all four of the games. I love this. I love the style of Zenless Zone Zero a lot. It's very Persona 5-esque. But just because, but like some people cannot like the UI. Like it's just how it is.
that for the UI.
You play it when there's the most recent thing, like the most relevant thing to play, which was, I think the last time was the next major story update, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm assuming she's talking about Genshin right now.
And you didn't like it, and you don't like the game. You are
So I
the most
stopped playing
famous Genshin Impact hater.
So I stopped
Why
playing.
go back and play it again? Because you want to have a valid opinion. And it's extremely obvious why I'm trying to play this game again.
Right.
Because I'm already having people come in here and invalidate me because I'm like stupid because I don't agree with you.
I think
But how is that his fault? Like once again, I'm very much of the we need to be careful about blaming the content creator for the actions of the masses, because unless he directly said, "Hey, go harass Hex Juice and call her stupid," unless he directly said that, I don't think we can't just blame him because his chatters went to her chat and attacked her. Like I can understand that's very frustrating. I can understand it's very annoying. I can understand that that's very frustrating. But unless he directed them to Hex Juice's chat and was like, "Hey, go harass Hex Juice for not playing Zenless Zone Zero enough," unless he directly said that, I do think it's wrong to blame him and act like he's invalidating her for, for the actions of the chatters, the chat, just because the chat is doing it doesn't mean he directed the chat to go do that. You know what I mean? Once again, this is just assuming that he didn't say that. I'm assuming he didn't say that. I'm assuming he didn't say anything about go attack Hex Juice because they're supposed to be friends, right? Or from what he said, they still are friends. But that's just my thing.
So I'm going to play more of the game so that I can have a valid opinion because you're invalidating people.
Sure.
That's the same reason you play Genshin Impact. But you asking me that is like in such weird, like it's such a weird thing to do.
I think you're wrong in almost everything you've said this entire time. And
I think that you're wrong in almost everything you've said in the entire time.
And I think you're straw manning very hard.
You've straw manned like almost every single thing that I have said.
What you said. Versus you're using things that is what you said.
That's not how that works.
But that is what you said.
You're misrepresenting. You twist my words.
Okay, so I'll write it out.
And then you say, well, I'm saying what you said.
I feel like this isn't doing Hex Juice justice because I feel like it's really cutting out a lot of things that she's like wanted to say, and we're just hearing mostly Tectone, which is why like you're hearing me agree with him a lot more. But I feel like this is really cutting her out a lot, and like there isn't a lot of her side. And it's kind of just her defending herself from Tectone. I feel like this is kind of like doing Hex Juice a little dirty, but I'm trying to like, okay, because I'm really not trying to dog on Hex Juice. I'm just trying to be like unbiased from my side, from my opinion. But I do see that like it's cutting her out a lot.
Okay, so then let me write it out. Okay, maybe we're having a communication issue. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you're doing this accidentally. Okay, so I'm going to write it down on my screen, and every word you say, I'm going to write out.
That was so fucking condescending.
How?
Because maybe you're not doing it on purpose.
Yeah, me giving you the benefit of the doubt?
I'm gonna be what I'm about to say is probably gonna be it's probably piss a lot of people off, but I think she's very much in her emotions because I didn't find that condescending at all either. Like she did say she was mad, and that's definitely why she found that condescending. But like, even if it was like, even if what he said was condescending, that has nothing to do with argument. That has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Like what he said about giving her the benefit of the doubt, and her feeling like that was condescending, that has nothing to do with the argument. So I feel like that's just stemming from the fact that she's just really mad right now about the situation. Because I mean, I didn't see it was condescending, but that's just me.
No, because what you're saying, the full sentence of that is, maybe you're being like kind of dumb, not on purpose.
No.
And now you're putting words in his mouth, which is what you just complained to him about which is what you just complained about him doing to you. So I don't see how that's anything. But anyways, once again, I know it's like me coming hard on Hex Juice, but at the same time, I feel like this isn't doing Hex Juice justice because there's probably a lot of stuff that's cut out from her side, and it's just mostly Tectone talking. That's kind of what's happening right now.
No, I'm saying maybe we have okay, I think you're getting a little bit too emotional. I feel like we're having a communication issue here.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I can't. Are you speaking, or is it? Are you?
I'm
just,
currently flabbergasted because you're taking offense to what I'm saying.
I do take offense.
I think you're taking a severe amount of offense.
I'm saying that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is my problem. Your offense to what he said has nothing to do with the argument. That is purely just because you're angry. And you have a right to be angry. I'm not saying she doesn't have the right to be angry. I'm not saying like she's wrong for being angry. But my problem is that has nothing to do with the argument. That's just what I'm saying, right? And it's like, I might be an asshole for that. That's just how I see it.
You don't need to like.
Okay, so I'm gonna say again, you're getting way too emotional over this.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting frustrated because you're misusing my words and you're straw manning me, and it doesn't feel very respectful. So yeah, I am. I'm feeling frustrated.
And can't defend.
With how much they're throwing around straw manning, I feel like they're not using it right. I mean, I don't know the complete definition of straw manning, so I'm not gonna act like I know the full definition of like straw manning. Like I don't know the dictionary definition of straw manning, but I feel like the way they're just throwing that word around, they're probably not using it right. That's just it.
And why they're saying they don't like something should not have that view stance. They should not have that viewpoint.
Yeah, I can validate all of my own opinions, and I can even validate my opinion about the UI. But
exactly.
It's like
then
it's
you're fine.
Just dumb and wrong. But like it's so it's fucking frustrating to be invalidated just on the basis of having a different opinion. Like, because the whole point of this over and over and over again is that like you do invalidate people's opinions when you do this.
Sure.
You
I would-
invalidate EO's opinions all the time by saying he's bad. Take EO. Like it's
That's
a
'cause he
thing
is.
that you do.
Yep.
Okay, I wanna kind of think about that. You invalidate people's opinions, like when you say you validate EO's opinion when you say you back take EO. I actually do agree with that. No, I actually do agree with that. I think Hex Juice has a point there, because when you say someone's opinion is just a bad take without even trying to understand it, that is quite literally invalidating someone's opinion. I do agree with Hex Juice there, because just because you disagree with somebody or you think it's a bad take doesn't mean it's wrong, right? Just because you don't understand the validity of what he's saying doesn't mean it's wrong, right? I'm not saying that he didn't understand what Ito was saying. I don't even know what it's about. I don't know the context of any of that, so I don't even know what any of that is about. But based on what I'm watching on the premise, I do agree that like saying, "Oh, you're just a bad take person," that is invalidating an opinion. I do agree with Hex Juice there.
Okay.
I think you're getting one guide on repeat.
No, I'm not. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm just like I don't really like I don't want to fight with you. I don't agree with you, and
What do you disagree
I
with?
don't also think.
What do you disagree with? If you don't agree with me, what do you think I'm saying that's wrong?
You're just gonna keep doing this shit that you do where you like it's all gotchas and shit, and I don't really want to do it.
I think I've been very fair this whole time.
I'm gonna be real. Based on what he's shown me, once again, I've never said this multiple times, but I do genuinely believe that the way he cut this up, I think it's very disingenuous to Hex Juice, because we've barely seen her talk, and I don't think it's like giving her like full representation, because it's been mostly Tectone talking. But based on what I've seen, I do agree that he's been very calm, very fair. I can understand maybe why the way he said things kind of pissed her off, but at the same time, I don't like, in an argument how you feel is irrelevant, right? In a debate, in an argument, how you feel is irrelevant, right? So it's like I can understand why she would feel that way, but at the same time, if we're debating, I don't care about how you feel. Attack the argument. I don't care if you feel bad about it. But yeah, like I know it probably feels like I'm going off in extras, but that's just because it's just not showing. Like the way it's cut up, I feel like there's a lot more that she's probably said that I would probably agree with her on. Like I do agree with that. I do agree that she, with her statement that like he's invalidating people's opinions by saying blanket statements. I do agree with that heavy. But apart from that, I do think from what I was shown here, I do think Tectone's being kind of fair, and he's been very calm, despite that he's arguing with somebody that he really considers a friend. So I do think like the situation is like, you know, it's kind of just a lot of miscommunication from what I'm seeing.
I think I was very fair. I heard all your points. Like talked about every single point. If we disagree, we talked about it. I feel like I'm being pretty fair.
Yeah, I don't really agree with you. But you're a much better arguer than me, and I'm very aware of that.
I think that you're a great
I'm
arguer.
not against you though.
No, I think you're a fantastic arguer, and also I think you have a massive buff on the internet, which is being a girl, and people are going to be more sympathetic to what you're saying, because if a guy says something mean to a girl, people are going to be like, "Oh my God, you're a villain." Case in point, when I called you emotional, people freak the fuck out, and I think I'm on a back foot here, is what I think. That's just my perspective.
I have not attempted in any way to use like that, like pulling card shit against you.
Oh,
I didn't bring up the emotional thing because I was a woman. I brought it up because it was invalidating.
No. I'm not saying you did anything because you're a woman. I'm saying on the internet, when a guy and a girl interact, it's very uncomfortable when things get heated or in a debate.
Sure.
Look, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's very like when you're on the internet, if you criticize a woman in any way, shape, or form, you're kind of like the evil villain. So he's not wrong about that. I do think her trying to, cause she personalized that. Because he said, "Oh, if you argue with," because I don't like the way that she personalized that. Once again, that's probably just because she was mad. Not saying anything like that, but it's like she did very much personalize that. Where like he just said, if you argue with a woman on the internet, if you're a man and you argue with a woman on the internet, you're more likely to take shit because you're making a woman feel bad. And she personalized that to be like, well, I never said anything like that. I never brought anything up because I'm a woman, right? And I didn't, and like. I personally don't really like that, but that's just it's probably like once again I can just tell it's just because she probably just that just because she's very mad and that's like it's a very frustrating situation. So I'm not like holding it against her. I'm not saying like she's like some kind of horrid person. That's just because of the situation and she was just angry.
Yeah,
Because like if me and Shinya were to have this exact same conversation, it'd be a lot easier. But yeah, it's a very uncomfortable dynamic for sure.
Yeah, I think this has been sort of a waste of time.
Now, one thing I do want to highlight after showing those clips off to everybody is that at the end of the conversation,
it's like just my opinion on that. I do think I side with Tectone more on that, but at the same time, I don't think it showed enough of Hex Juice's side because it was just mostly Tectone talking. So I do think he kind of did Hex Juice dirty there. Not saying he did it on purpose. Not saying like he had any malice or anything like that. I just do think he didn't show enough of Hex Juice. So I think most people who are going to watch that are going to side with Tectone on that.
it was pretty much more circle talk. The conversation ended with Tectone saying, "See you later, homie." Both were frustrated, but both are still friends. It's just two friends having a passionate debate about a game. Again, Tectone's VODs are up. I believe Hex's VODs are up. You can go check out the full thing. It was like an hour and a half long if you want to know even more details. Why the Tectone and Hex situation is important to go over is because Mtashed reacted to this, and this was the trigger point of Mtashed going off on Tectone and basically losing it. I'm not going to show you guys the entire reaction of Mtashed reacting to Tectone and Hex because it would be 3 hours long. It's 3 hours long of footage and everything he talked about. I'm going to show you key moments from that stream of him reacting to it, as well as why he blew up and when he DM'd Tectone saying he wanted to talk to him about this whole damn situation. And then we will get to the war of what happened the next day.
Like I just don't think he does.
Talking about me as a person.
Like I think he farms like even just like the simplest thing of like Mtashed quits again. He knows that it sends an army of shitty people towards me every time. And I've told him like, can you please fucking stop doing that? And he just does it. Or his editors do it. Because he just doesn't care. Because he would rather get views and make money. He makes tons of money, man. He gets so many views. He makes so much money. I had a big stream the other day for The Last Descendant when it first came out. And I think I had like 1,500 viewers all day. I had ads playing. I made like $700 or $800 USD in just the Twitch ads that played. This guy gets like 8 times, 10 times the amount of viewers that I get, on a stream. So like, I know that just the ads playing on a stream has to be like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month in some cases. Does he need more? Does he want more? Does he need more?
All right, now this is kind of a slippery slope. Because what he's saying is people attack him because he makes videos on Mtashed quitting like all the gacha games right now, like Mtashed quits again, right? And like I said before, that is a moniker that he gave himself because people wouldn't be calling him that if he didn't quit every gacha game like 15 times. But that's besides the point. The point is that like people, he gets a hate train of people every time he uploads a video. Now, this is a slippery slope because I'm very much of the field of we should not hold the content creator accountable for the actions of the chatters. However, if it is true that Mtashed did directly tell Tectone, hey, this shit causes, when you post a video like this, it causes people to send me, hate threads and like a bunch of negative shit. Do you mind just stop doing that? And I do think if Mtashed and Tectone were supposed to be friends, I do think, and once again, if it is true that Mtashed did directly like tell Tectone like, hey, can you just stop doing this? And Tectone just kind of blatantly ignored it. I do think that's a very dick move from Tectone. I do think that's If that's true, I do think that's a very, very, very dick move from Tectone. But at the same time, I am a very strong advocate of we should not hold the content creator accountable for the actions of the chatters. So unless Tectone did say, right, I've never seen it, but unless Tectone did come out and say, hey, go attack Mtashed because he's a dummy for quitting a gotcha game again, right? Unless Tectone has outwardly said that. Once again, why should you blame him, right? Like here's the thing. I do agree that like him blatantly ignoring the request of a friend, that's dick move. If it's true that Mtashed did ask him, I do think that's a dick move. But at the same time, why should he be blamed because his chatter is going to be stupid somewhere else, right? Why should he be blamed for his chatters being stupid in someone else's chat, right? That's just my opinion, right? It's more so of the fact that, like, my opinion is more so of the fact that he's a dick for ignoring the request of a friend. But in terms of like his chatters going to attack Mtashed, that's how's that his fault, right? Unless he directly said, "Hey, go harass Mtashed," I don't like that's not something he can just control, right? Right. That's just my opinion. However, I do agree. Now, I am siding more to Mtashed on this. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I am siding more with Mtashed on this because it was a request from a friend and it's clearly affecting him. And I feel like Tectone should have just said, "All right, my bad. I won't post any more videos like that." So I am siding with Mtashed more on this. I do think if it is true that Mtashed asked Tectone's kind of a dick for that.
More. Is it worth pissing off Mtashed to say he quit one more time? Yes, it is.
Viewpoints.
Yeah, and you know what immediately someone said in your chat when you said that was Hex Juice. When the reality is I've had plenty of reasons to back up why I don't particularly like the
Which
game.
means I'm not talking about you.
But the problem is that you set the...
So who are you talking... Okay, so let's talk about another thing that Tectone does. He paints with a very broad stroke, and so anyone that might fall into that section catches a stray. Everyone who made a negative...
But once again, how is that his fault? Because if you say a generalization and you get attacked from that generalization, how is it his fault for making a generalization, right? Like if I say on average, right? Like if I say in general, right? In general, men will cheat on women more than women will cheat on men. And then like specific men get attacked for being cheaters. How is that my fault for saying that? You know what I mean? Okay, maybe that's not the best comparison, but it's like when you make a general statement, like I don't understand how like when people get in like he says like he makes a broad statement and people catch the strays, right? But once again, like how was that his fault, right? Because he's not being specific. He says in general, it's a lot of CCs are being stupid about the game, right? He said like he's saying in general, a lot of CCs are being stupid about the game. How's it his fault if you're being attacked when he didn't even mention you, right? That's basically what it is. I think this is more so of the fact that he's such a massive creator that people are just getting affected from the things that he says, but they're just blaming him, right? I think that's really what it's coming down to because he's like the biggest. He is the biggest creator. He is the biggest creator in the gacha space. I think because he has such a massive influence by what he says, and people catch strays from what he says, and then they're just blaming him, even though he didn't direct any hate towards anybody. So that was a very interesting like tour de France of that shit. But one thing I really don't like about that is because like he really like after he said all that, he was like, yeah, I'll just DM him and say we'll do it privately. But it's like, bro, he just went on like a 3-hour rant about how Tectone sucks. And you're like, they're gonna do this privately. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be real. That's that's kind of a dick thing to do.
These are all the main key points that how Mtashed was feeling about Tectone after reacting to Tectone and Hex go at it with each other in a debate. But I want you guys to keep in mind now, this last part with Hex, just remember this because this is going to come back in the final phase, which is the argument. This is going to be a key point that comes back into the argument between Mtashed and Tectone that's about to occur and that I'm about to show you guys. But one thing I didn't even know that was the thing. I didn't even know they argued. Mtashed went on live stream, reacted to this, farmed it for about 2.5-3 hours almost, and then told Tectone, hey, we can hash it out offline when he's publicly throwing shots, throwing shade at Tectone online.
Yeah, I literally just said that. That was kind of a dick move.
Hey, I'm frustrated. I don't want to get into this.
And I'm willing to bet that's probably the biggest premise of the argument. Of the fact that he farmed hate for 3 hours and like farmed like him not liking Tectone for 3 hours. Then online he was like, yeah, let's just do it online. I'm willing to bet that's the biggest premise from the argument. I feel like if Tectone or not Tectone, if Mtashed didn't do that VOD, I just messaged Tectone. He's like, hey, bro, I just have some grievances about the friendship. Can we talk about it? I feel like Tectone would have been fine with that. I feel like Tectone would have been like, yeah, sure, let's talk about it. But because he did that online, that was probably like the premise of like the argument of like that was probably why Tectone was like, yeah, I'm arguing with Mtashed.
Publicly, guys, I'm going to talk to Tectone privately. Unfortunately, he never did that. He went on live and gave us full thoughts for about 3 hours, and now you guys are going to see just basically everything that unfolds going into this next and final phase, and then we're going to give our honest all-around thoughts about who won this situation.
No one won.
If there even was a winner.
Yeah, no one won this shit. There's no winner.
I had to watch Mtashed for 3 hours yesterday tell me how much I hate women and I abuse my friends. Yeah, I really loved hearing that.
Fuck, did he actually say that?
That was awesome. That was great. I'm really glad Mtashed decided to use a debate between two people who care about each other.
I will say, Mtashed recently, at least from what I've seen from Tectone, Mtashed recently has been like shitting on Tectone a lot. And Tectone like oddly would be like, hey, yo, it's all cool. I still love Mtashed. I was like, bro, so this guy just said he could take you. But like, that's just what I've seen. Because I feel like Mtashed has been harboring like some hate for Tectone for a while, and it's just like showing recently. But like Tectone would still like have his back. I was just like, it was kind of odd to me because like Mtashed would like outwardly talk shit about Tectone on like some kind of clip, and Tectone would still be like, yeah, don't hate on Mtashed, and I'm just like, bro.
Other to microanalyze their relationship, downplay their entire history, and say they hate each other due to one debate, and then go into 4chan armchair psychiatrist lengths to.
I would like to point out that this all started because of Zenless Zone Zero. Bro, this is some duality of man type shit.
Say the only reason why Hex raided me after and put out a public tweet defending me was because she was afraid of me. So rather than trust her own words being that weird, being that parasocial, yeah, dude, I really don't know how I've had Mtashed back for over 3 years, but every single time he has any chance to go after me and take a shot at me, he does it really fucking weird. Live, like super fucking weird. I don't know how many times I've tried to build sympathy for this guy who quits game after quits game after quits game after quits game. And I say, guys, I just feel really bad for him because he's trying really hard and to not send hate his way. But dude, it's just like, what the fuck? It's just so weird. Response to your reaction to his videos. Here we go.
Shit,
we're about to get into it.
For content.
Do I?
Like, when's the last time Tectone made a guide or
Why
like helped the community?
He doesn't want to make guides.
When was the last time I made a guide or helped the community?
How does making a guide help the community? He doesn't make guides because he doesn't want to make guides. How does making a guide help the community? I'm gonna be real. I don't see the point of guides for gotcha games. I'm gonna be real. I understand why they get so many views because people don't want to waste their time and like farm the right shit. But I'm gonna be very honest. I have never felt the need to watch a guide. Never. I don't understand how people need to watch guides. I feel like it's not that complicated. It really isn't. I really feel like it's not that complicated. Oh, the character that used Bond of Life as an aspect of the kit, give them the Bond of Life artifact set. Oh, the character that uses Super Break, give them the Super Break relic set. Oh, the character that does fusion damage, give them the fusion damage set. I feel like it's not that complicated.
Every fucking week? When I highlight small creators, do tens of thousands of dollars of giveaways, and run the biggest community podcast in all of Gacha?
Also true. That's also very true. The fact that he said he doesn't help the community is very, it's very like, he's just saying that because he just hates Tectone for some reason. That's just objectively wrong. It really is. That's just objectively wrong. Like, say what you will about Tectone, but he does do a lot more for shit than, like, I'm gonna be real, he does more shit for the community than Mtashed. Like, for a guy who says, yeah, Tectone doesn't do much for the community, I feel like he's done more than Mtashed.
I don't want to be that guy, but Techie literally assisted putting Hex on the map. How in the fucking world can he say that?
Bro. Yo, I feel like, bro, Mtashed has just shot himself in the foot with this shit. I really feel like Mtashed just shot himself in the foot. This is like another Atsu situation, but this time, like an Atsu versus Tectone situation, but this time he's in the wrong. Like, bro, like I don't think anyone's on Mtashed's side right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he's lost like a bunch of subscribers because of this. Like, bro, I feel like this Mtashed shot himself in the foot so hard because of this. Like, hard. Like, how he feels about Tectone is how he feels. But if he, like, how he feels about Tectone is how he feels. And, like, sure, it's valid. But, like, all of this should have just been dealt with behind closed doors. If he really doesn't like Tectone, he should have just went behind closed doors and be like, hey, bro, I respect you, but, you know, I feel this way about you. I come to grips. I just feel like maybe it'd be better for both of us if we just went our separate ways. If he did that, none of this would happen. None of this would have happened. I really feel like you're just like, yeah, none of this would happen. But, like, bro, I have no hate towards Mtashed. I'm probably still gonna watch him. I have no hate towards him, but I'm just keeping it real. He shot himself in the foot with this one.
He has Zajeff in his chat attempting to hate train me. Zajeff is in his chat fueling this shit too. Shit, he put me and Shinya on the map too. Okay.
And I'm gonna just take the shots, and I will message him privately and hash it out there. And he chose to go down the drama path.
Seems whatever Mr.
I know I
Bro, you literally made a 3-hour rant about how he sucks.
was being drama. I know I said things. I said some rude things last night. I wanted to see, will he say fuck it, the friendship's more worth it.
No, fuck no.
So you were testing his friendship? What the fuck? Bro, I'm gonna read. The more I watch, the more I'm like, damn, maybe Mtashed is kind of losing it. Like, so you were testing. Okay. So you were testing his friendship. You were testing his friendship by making that 3-hour VOD shitting on him. How the fuck did you think he was gonna react? The fuck? How's the midlife crisis going? I just saw that. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. But nah, I do think that's very, you were testing the friendship. Why the fuck would you test it? That's very fucked up. You were testing the friendship. You were trying to see how he would react by shitting on him for 3 hours. That's kind of like, before this, there were times where I was kind of like trying to, like, I was kind of seeing Mtashed's point, but like, bro, this is kind of going, The fuck?
Alternative path.
And he didn't.
Due to a large
Wait.
Yeah, I tested my relationship with my girlfriend by having sex with another girl to see if she will still love me. She failed that test. What the fuck?
So let me get this right. So bro goes live and shit talks me publicly for 3 hours and then says, let's talk this out privately, and says that I'm the bad guy.
calculation.
The client is back.
What the fuck is that? Zenless Zone Zero. And we don't have to talk. Straight up, I'm good. Like, friend testing? Like, that's weird as shit, bro. I don't know what the fuck you were trying to do. That is cringe and weird as fuck.
Yeah,
Like saying that you're gonna run my
that?
name through the mud for 3 fucking hours and then send me a DM saying you want to handle this private. You know content creators can't do that. That's disrespectful. That's weird as fuck. Every public issue has to be settled publicly, and this is me handling it publicly. I'm good with you, bro. I'll pass. I'm good. Absolutely not. That is weird as shit.
Damn, I guess we got the confirmation. The ship is now done. We will no longer be able to find any Mtashed Tectone fan fictions because the ship is now over. It is now confirmed they hate each other again. I'm gonna be real, it's mostly Mtashed's fault. I'm just keeping it real. This is Mtashed handled this so wrong that it's like actually insane. It's actually insane how wrong he handled this situation. Like this is going to fuck Mtashed's, like, I don't want to say career. It's not gonna fuck his career. He's just not friends with Tectone anymore. It's definitely gonna hurt his subscriber base because they probably share the same subscribers. But I've been saying he should leave the gacha community for a while. Not because I think he's a bad dude, but I just think because he just hates gacha games. He quits them all. Like he just quits them all. He needs to stop playing gacha games. So I don't think it's gonna end his career. But it's like, bro, it's like we're definitely gonna see the subscriber number plummet. That's all I'm gonna say.
Weird as shit. No thanks, man. Hey, you have fun with your family. I'm good.
Why?
I'm gonna chill over here with my chat. I'm good, bro. Weird as fuck.
Oh,
Okay.
Tectone himself. Hello.
Yeah, I'm being real. I'm not cool with you, bro. At all. 0%.
Me
I
neither.
don't want you to hold
Yeah,
a
me
single
neither.
punch. Say whatever the fuck you want to say. I'm letting you know I'm beyond furious, and I need you to know that before we start talking. This is
Okay,
about to get very
that's
ugly.
fine.
This was made public. I'm letting you know, like, I'm at a boiling point. I'm not gonna be able to stay calm because I'm actually
fine.
furious with you.
Gee, the
My
drama.
blood is pumping and my pulse is through the fucking roof right now. As long as everybody's unaware of that and you're okay with doing this, that's fine. But
Yeah.
I'm letting you know after this conversation, I have no wishes to settle things with you at all.
And that's fine.
I'm going to delete
I
everything.
knew that. Oh, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
But like I have been having your back for far too long for you to continue to take all these fucking jabs at me. And I would love to give you the floor. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say.
I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat while this is going on. Bro, fucking Mujin is your face for. I'm sorry, I just thought that was so funny. Bro, Mujin's about to have a whole nother video made up in the next 2 weeks. Bro.
In what way have you had my back?
Every single time you quit, every single time the community gets on you, I say beyond a shadow of a doubt,
I've
it's
said
all
I'm
good.
frustrated, every time
Yep.
I've said I'm frustrated with the game, you make Mtashed is quitting again. Look at this fucking guy quitting again, and put a
Because you do quit, like, bro. We cannot blame, like, I can't, like, you cannot be blaming Tectone for the fact that you quit all the games you're fucking playing. Like, straight up. Like you can be mad about people shitting on you for quitting all the games, but they wouldn't be doing that if you didn't quit all the games. Like, I remember watching him, like, when he was, like, still playing Genshin a lot, and, like, bro, like, every other video he was talking about how he was gonna stop playing Genshin, and then he would just make a new account. I just thought that was, like, so, like, bro, like, just quit the game if you don't like playing it. Just quit it.
And are
arrow
you?
pointing at me. No, half the time I'm not. Half the time I'm frustrated with the game or I voice my opinion, and then you put in the title, he's quitting again. So the people get the headline, but they don't get the context. And you do that all the time. You give them the headline, not the context. And then they think I'm the biggest fucking quitter. And like, I never said even one fucking time I was quitting Zenless Zone Zero. I said very early on, I was like,
I swear, literally in like the first day, there was a clip of him saying he'd rather like eat shit than continue playing Zenless Zone Zero. Am I crazy? I swear, like within the first like 4 hours, there was like a clip of him saying, "I would rather take shit up the ass than continue playing this game." Is that not like the fuck?
Damn, I don't think this game is going to slap very good. I don't really like it. And you post a video. He's quitting Zenless Zone Zero already. And it's like, I'm not.
I'm sorry
I'm
that the
not.
guy. I'm sorry that the guy that quits every game is upset that I said he quits every game.
Yeah, but I didn't say I'm quitting. So what you're doing is you're lying.
You're miserable in every game.
I am. Yeah, because I'm absolutely miserable in every game.
Yes,
I'm not
you
going
have
to deny
clocked
that.
out mentally, which is the same thing as quitting. It's called silent quitting. You are playing it to get money.
Yeah, I'm absolutely playing it to get money.
Exactly, which is the exact same thing.
Which part?
You said, okay, and we can go back through the VOD if you want. If you really think I'm misrepresenting you, then let's go through the VOD. You said that I put titles of my videos that paint you in a bad light, and it's my fault for your hate because of the titles.
Yes. That is based on what I just saw. Yes, that is quite literally what he just said.
No, that is not what I said.
What
I said
the fuck are you talking about?
No, shut the fuck up. What I'm arguing is you said I had your back every time you quit, and I've defended you against the masses.
Which I feel like he has done. Am I crazy? I've never seen him like send hate towards Mtashed. As far as I can remember, I didn't even know they had beef back in the Getchin days, because I didn't watch them before any of this. Right? I didn't watch them before like around that time. So I didn't even know they had like beef before that. And it's like I've never seen him like send hate to bro. I swear literally like they had like a podcast like a week ago. And like he had this whole ass intro for Mtashed saying he's the like a legendary figure in the gacha space. What do you mean?
But your defense, quote unquote defense, is posting a video saying Mtashed quit again, and then essentially just watching my reactions and my frustration with the game and going, wow, that's fucking crazy. He's quitting again. Like, you're not defending me. All you're doing is bringing to light my frustrations and then putting the title "He Quit," even if I never said it in the video.
Okay, I'm gonna say something real quick. The clips that he's talking about of like, oh, Mtashed is quitting again, right? That is Mtashed going on his stream saying his frustrations in the game, and like literally, I swear to God, in the first day of Zenless Zone Zero release, he said something around the lines of like, I would rather eat shit than continue playing this game. And then Tectone makes a clip of that, and he's like, and he's trying to say like that is like highlighting his frustrations, but it's like, bro, you said that on stream. Tectone didn't do anything. You said that on stream. That's on record. You said that. Just because Tectone clipped it doesn't change the fact that you put it on stream. The fuck? That's like if I made a video, right? That's like if I made a video talking about how like Tectone is like the worst dude alive, and he like, I don't know, he kidnaps children. And then he somehow finds that video, reacts to it, and then like people are like, and then he calls me a fucking idiot for saying that, and then I get mad at him, bro. Why are you putting a light on what I said? I put it on the internet. I put it on the internet. He didn't do anything. I put it on the internet. So it's like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter if you showed a light on it. I put it on the fucking internet. So it's like, what is he on about?
Video.
Here,
so what you're doing is you're
editor.
putting words in my mouth and in the title of the video, and so you're not like defending people and be like, everyone leave him alone, it's his opinion in the game. Like, maybe you've said little things like that in the video, but I think the net positive or negative of those videos is it just makes it worse for me.
Cool. And what
That's
I'm saying is you've done the exact same thing to me.
And I'm sure that there is a video, like even during the Atsu drama, you called it out yourself. I admitted to it. There's absolutely times where, just like last night, I call you out because I see it and I go, fuck, like you have.
So then why are you getting mad at him for doing it? If you just admitted that you do the same thing, yet you're mad at him for doing it. So you're being a hypocrite. What the fuck?
zero empathy for the people you're talking with or arguing about or talking about. Even this morning, I know you're mad at me. I know you're frustrated at me, but you say shots that
Sure.
are you're calling me
So,
essentially a
before-
loser, jealous, like
I've given you 5 minutes.
Like,
I've given you 5 minutes.
yeah.
Do you acknowledge you do the same thing?
I do not do the same thing. No
How?
fucking
Okay.
way.
He literally just said he does, but okay.
Okay. So then how do you explain with the title clickbait thing where you say, oh man, Tectone got called out hard. Tectone made me end stream and cry. How?
Because the end stream and cry thing is a comedic video.
Yes, but
about-
people are going to
about
lose the
me doing
nuance.
polls. Yeah,
Okay, but okay. Not 3 seconds ago, Mtashed said that he makes a clickbaity title to give people the headline and not the context. And he's saying that he makes a video saying Mtashed makes me, or Tectone made me cry, and he's saying that there's a comedic spin on that. But the same logic that he just said about people looking at the headline and not getting the context can be applied to Mtashed in that video. So people will read the headline, oh, Tectone made me cry, see that and go, oh, Tectone bad, and then go to Tectone and be like, why the fuck did you make Mtashed cry? Like, it's the same thing.
my God.
Just
you
like
aren't
just
fucking
like the
listening.
big
You're-
just like the big joke is that Mtashed quit again. It's a fucking joke. That is literally a meme in the community.
Your video isn't a joke, though. You're saying he quit, and then you're just watching my video and talking about how I hate the game, essentially, and you are.
Because you do. Like, what? He's acting like he's like creating some like fallacy or like some weird ass narrative about Mtashed, and it's like, bro, you just admitted that you do hate the game, that you hate the drama. Like, what the fuck?
Perpetuating and pushing it forward. Me making a video title saying Tectone bullied me and made me quit stream, and the entire thing is funny is not the same thing. And if you can't get that, then you are dumb.
So ask your chat if they know that Mtashed quitting is a meme. You can ask your own community.
Okay. Listen.
So why do you think you don't want to answer that?
Listen to me.
Why don't you think you want to answer that?
If you go to a
Why
high
don't you think you
school-
want to answer that?
Listen to me. If you go to a high school bully and you say, hey, why are you picking on that kid? Half the time they might say, well, it's just a meme.
Which is
making a
what you
meme,
just did.
Yeah, bro. Like, the fact that he didn't want to answer that is kind of telling. Because, like, bro, he literally just, like, Mtashed literally just said from his own words that he does the same thing that he's getting mad at Tectone for. I mean, look, it's on the screen. It's literally right here on the screen how they get clickbaited, or how Mtashed clickbaits. But like, this is just stemming from the fact that he hates that Tectone does it, but it's okay that he does it because it has a comedic twist. It's the same thing, bro. It's just, he's kind of just being a fucking hypocrite. I'm just keeping it real.
Memeing.
You
on
just said
me.
that.
Dude, it's a fucking joke in the sense of like, you didn't bully me at all in the video.
But Mtashed quitting every game is a joke. That's the meme. Cause you quit every game. You quit Genshin like 20 fucking times. Like, it's a meme. That's a moniker you put on yourself because you fucking do it.
You're just like reacting to my polls, and then I made a joke about it. It's not the same fucking thing, dude. And if you think it is, you're trying to paint it in a light that it isn't. And I know that you're smarter than this, John.
Dude,
You know that they're not the same thing.
He pulled out the John. He pulled out the government name, bro.
You
You're
know
trying to equate the two
Mtashed quitting
things.
is a meme. You know that. Why do you think you won't acknowledge that?
I know it's a meme.
Then
I mean,
there
I-
it
A
is.
meme doesn't mean that it's friendly and a good thing.
But a meme. But at the end of the day, you know that a meme is a joke. It may not be a good thing, but it's still a joke. That's what a meme is. It's a joke. It's not a racial stereotype. It's a fucking joke. That's what a meme is. Like,
People
All
dunking
I'm
on
saying
you.
is
People
that
dunking
we're
on you.
both do
If
think
you-
yours is a joke. I
if
think mine
you
is a joke.
Show me which moment.
The moments that you're referring to, show me the moments in which you're referring to. I think it's pretty obvious that Mtashed quitting is a meme, but we can pretend that it's not if you like. I want to show me the clips of me doing these things that you're saying.
It's the lack of doing.
Okay, then how about I pull one up and I'll show you me defending you?
Prove the moment where you're defending me.
Okay, I'll do it right now.
I would like to.
Okay.
And let's see that video.
No, what percent? Because I want to know what quote I have to hit.
You don't have to hit any quota. Don't try to turn my words and make it seem like I'm like.
No, you just said what percent of the video is doing this, and what percent of the video is that. So what percent do you want?
I'm genuinely curious. I would just love to know what it is. If Mtashed said he's going to play the game all the way through,
I'm going to skip a little bit forward ahead because there's just a lot.
So leave him alone. I'm going to guess 95% of the video is
kind of going back and forth, but kind of the same thing. Mostly because Mtashed is just being delusional, but
that's my guess. Is 95% of the videos that's what you're doing.
So
but
okay,
I don't think that's the reality.
So let's think. So the community, what do you think the community thinks of you?
I think that
I'm real right now. Probably not good. Probably not good. The way Mtashed handled this is just so bad. Because here's the thing: I'm not shitting on Mtashed because he doesn't like Tectone. I'm shitting on Mtashed because of the way he handled this. The way he handled this was so bad. It was so bad. All of this should have just been handled off stream. And if he did that, if he messaged Tectone and he was like, "Yo, look, I don't like you for XYZ. You know, I respect you as a content creator. You're doing your thing, but I just have my reasons for not liking you. We should just go our separate ways. Separate ways? We should just go our separate ways." I feel like that could have been that would have been it, and that could have been like an amicable end to the whole Tectone Mtashed era. But this guy went on stream for 3 hours shitting on Tectone, and he's like, "Yeah, I just did that to test to see if you cared about my friendship." The fuck?
the community thinks I quit all the time and I'm miserable in these gacha games because
and what part of that is
I
wrong?
publicly say it. None of it. I always say it. I say it all.
But I got another Hex Juice. Please just ask him he feels about you. He uses as okay. Let me make sure. This person that you were trying to defend, Hex Juice, sent me a comment, which is
I'm not defending her at all.
Ask him how he feels about you. He keeps using.
I'm not being a white knight, and Hex, I think you're a fucking snake. So
and there it is. So what you're saying is you reacted to me and Hex talking for 3 hours because you wanted her as an excuse to get to me. Why do you think she's a snake?
Because she was in chat for 3 hours reveling in all of this, and then I DM'd her and I was like, am I out of line here? Like, kind of thing. And she said, oh, I don't want you to, do you want me to show you the DMs?
And now she's saying, no.
I mean, I could just show the exact thing.
This right here, this is the true Zenless Zone Zero endgame right here. We are watching the trifecta at work. Fucking Mtashed, Tectone, and Hex Juice. Bro, this is the trifecta right here. This is quality content. I'm not gonna lie, this is quality content. I'm skipping through a lot of it just because it's a lot. Or I'm skipping through it just because it's a lot. I don't want to sit here and watch them go back and forth about the same thing. But, bro, this is quality content, bro. Drama is amazing when it's not about you. Where'd my sound go? Oh.
Oh, so now you are saying I'm abusing her. Because before you said you didn't say that,
yeah,
but now you're saying you are.
I'm not going to say abusing her.
But you did just say that.
Okay.
Yeah, you did? Well, let's go back.
She doesn't want
I thought I was abusing her.
You two are friends? She doesn't want
I thought I was
to make you
abusing
look
her.
bad? You were.
Oh, so now
he's saying that he's abusing her? Okay.
You are saying I'm abusing her. Because before you said you didn't say that, but now you're saying you are.
I'm not going to say abusing her.
But you did just say that.
He literally just said yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hyperbolized because you said I said you're an abuser. I'll clarify it. You were a prick to her last night. Even though you're friends, you can still be a prick to her, and you were.
Why is he defending someone so much who doesn't want to be defended? Like, this guy's full on like, bro, I'll save the princess. Even though the princess is like, bro, I'm good. I have my husband back here. Like, bro, like, I think he really needs to stop like trying to like. That's the thing. He's really trying to go hard to defend Hex Juice, even though she's full on saying, bro, don't defend me. I'm good. Do your own thing.
Why don't you just stop pretending that you actually give a fuck about these other people and just admit you have a problem with me? Are you noticing that you don't want me to write this out because I have proof of everything that you've said in this
No,
conversation?
I want you to write down legitimately. I am not saying because you're gonna post this in a video now saying.
No, I'm not posting this on a
Mtashed,
video,
like,
Mtashed. I have already messaged my editors that I don't want this to be a video, and I'm going to message them again right now. Because this isn't about the content, Mtashed. I didn't want this fucking call, which is demonstrably true by my own fucking words, and it's not true by yours because you're admitting to baiting me. This isn't about the content.
Dude, shut the fuck up. You're trying to twist the whole fucking thing.
Bro, you literally said that you did this to see if you would like choose his friendship over views. That's quite literally a bait. You quite literally said that. Like, oh my god.
Am I?
Want the call.
I'm quite literally saying what has happened.
In what way did I drag you into this call and be like, you gotta fucking talk to me or else?
Because, okay, guys, can you send me the clip of me saying I don't want to react to him saying he's scared because he knows he can't handle the smoke?
Yeah, because I do think that.
And so, how does that give me an out?
It doesn't. It doesn't because you're a narcissist.
So then you're baiting him. Bro, like, I don't know. Bro, Mtashed is making himself look so bad right now. Like, I'm like, bro, I was gonna, like, I know I said at the beginning, I was gonna try to be neutral and unbiased, but I can't be neutral and unbiased with a dude that is contradicting himself every 5 seconds.
Exactly.
And you don't want to lose. That's why you didn't call me in the first place.
So you did force me. No, I didn't want to talk to you because I was pissed because you're insulting my friendships. And I don't talk to people who go after my personal friendships. Okay?
I did not say you don't have a friendship with her. I said you were being an asshole to your friend.
And
it's not
when
the same
she
thing.
disagrees.
So twisting my words.
When she disagrees.
And saying, oh, he thinks there's a and that's fine. Whatever fucking Stockholm Syndrome friendship you want to have.
And so now you're saying she has Stockholm Syndrome with me? What the fuck are you even saying?
She was messaging in the friend or in the chat the whole time.
What the fuck is this?
Bro, M-Dash, bro. Like, you were just digging your own grave, bro. Brother man. You are just digging your own fucking grave. What is going on here? You were saying some outlandish shit. Like, straight up. This is some outlandish shit. This is some fucked up shit. This is like some what the fuck is going on here?
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, give him a second to pick up.
Oh, now we got the group call. Okay.
What were you saying, Hex?
Hello?
Hello?
What are you doing, Hex? Hex, you're in the chat the whole time. Like, what are you doing here?
The whole time?
You DM
Okay,
him,
all right.
you
Can I
DM saying I'm
speak for
white knighting
myself?
you?
I would love
You
to speak for
can.
myself.
I'm just shocked here.
But
I
what? Can I speak for myself? Please.
Sure.
So,
Can I
'cause everybody
put
wants
the
to fucking
DMs
speak-
on screen first? Like, can I
You
put
can
the
put the
DMs?
DMs on screen in which I nicely and respectfully set a boundary with you that I don't want this to be a crusade on my behalf because
It's
I came
not.
into your chat.
I
Let
say
me
four,
speak.
four
Please let me
sentences
speak
later.
because absolutely everybody has been speaking for how I feel today.
That's fair.
Okay? So what happened was the reality of the situation was that I came in towards the last hour of you reacting to that conversation. I came in, and honestly, to a certain extent, I was kind of glad that you were like agreeing with me to a certain extent because I was frustrated about the conversation, which I told Tectone privately that I was upset with him. Can we confirm this?
Yep, we agreed to talk about it privately later.
Yes. Okay. And so I was kind of joking around because I've always not known if you liked me or not because of the situation that we had previously. And I was kind of glad that you were like friendly with me. And then I stayed in there longer, right? And it became this absolute tirade where you were using this as a situation to bring up Atsu, to bring up envy, and all of this other shit. And I DM'd you. I added you on Discord first because I don't typically check my Twitter DMs. You DM me on Twitter in the middle of it at some point. I don't know when. And we're like, am I off base? And then I DM'd you and said, hey, like, I don't, like, you can have problems. You're valid. I don't want to be part of this. I don't need you to make me part of this. I don't need to be defended. That's what white knighting is. Because I came in and an hour was friendly for a little bit, and then you started going off the fucking rails about all this other shit, and it wasn't about me anymore. It wasn't about your reaction. It wasn't about your thoughts. It was about you and your problem with Tectone. And so I politely and respectfully set a boundary that I don't need to be defended and that I don't want to be like part of this. And I told Tectone what I really thought, which was that you were trying to start a hate train on my behalf as me as like the mascot of your crusade.
And I understand your point of view. Like, I absolutely understand that because it started with you, and so your name is going to be attached to it no matter what. But I'm telling you, and I'm telling everyone else, seeing that conversation, it was like relapse, seeing all the times it's happened in the past, and the tirade that I went on was a me thing. That was a me issue.
Yes.
And so I'm not defending you. I'm not defending you. I'm recognizing a pattern here that I'm tired of.
Well,
so
what you did do though was try and get me to say, oh, can you just confirm that you felt dejected and you didn't know
I did.
what your
I did. I wanted to
feelings were toward
understand.
Tectone and all this stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to
and, like,
understand why. Yeah, no, I did do that because I was curious. Like, are you guys chill or like were you upset because like the way he bullied you down, the way he broke you down, it seemed like you were pretty frustrated. So I asked, like, were you? Like, what's going on?
And you know what I did is I sent him like a 1,000-word fucking essay about everything that I was worried about and everything I was thinking about, and we talked about it privately.
And that's awesome. I'm really happy for you.
And I told him even after that I was still frustrated with him.
Right.
And I don't need anybody else like you.
I'm not
you
defending
keep
you.
bringing
I'm
up
not
my name, but like I don't want this to be about me. Like, if you don't like Tectone, say that you don't like Tectone and say your problem with Tectone. But
I don't like
my
Tectone.
issue,
I have
like,
a problem with Tectone.
Okay, so make it about that. Stop bringing up like, these other content. Bringing up like, these other content creators, this and that and that. If the conversation that I had with Tectone upset you, I understand that. But like, that's why I set the boundary of I don't want this to be about defending me.
And I've never said it's about defending you. Even in the DM with you, I said, yeah, this is a me issue now.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
when you
about
were on stream,
Bro, this is really just seeming like Mtashed is just using any excuse to be mad at Tectone other than just saying I don't like Tectone. That's quite literally what's going on. Cause like, bro, he's bringing up Envy, Atsu, all this stuff, and it's like he keeps saying he recognizes a pattern. And it's like, well, what's the pattern? What pattern are you talking about? Like, he's really sounding like fucking Atsu and Envy right now. Like, he really does. He sounds like Atsu and Envy. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a collab between Atsu and Mtashed in like a month or two. Like, oh my gosh. It's kind of sad though. It is kind of sad seeing this because it's like an end of an era. The Tectone Mtashed era, because it was kind of interesting seeing the dynamic between these two. But you could tell. I think it was like I could see the downward spiral from Mtashed. I think kind of around the time 1.0 of Honkai Star Rail happened. And I think that's when I slowly started seeing the downward spiral of Mtashed. But I thought it would you know, like it would just end with him just leaving the gacha space and playing other games, and just like stop playing gacha games. But it's ended with him having a mental breakdown and like fucking saying a bunch of shit that isn't real, like just objectively isn't true, defending someone that doesn't want to be defended, and it's like now it's just, I guarantee you this is probably turned, this is gonna be another odd situation where the entire community is against him. He might have a chunk of people, because let's be real, like Mtashed is not Atsu. Like let's keep it real. Mtashed is not Atsu. Mtashed is done nowhere near as bad things as Atsu. But I do feel like it's gonna be a similar situation where everybody's against him because, like, bro, he just dug his own grave here, man. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's just he literally just dug his own grave. I don't think anyone's gonna have his back with the way he's handled the situation. I don't think anybody's gonna side with him, because all of this could have been avoided. Like, once again, I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but all of this could have been avoided if he just did what Hex Juice did and just messaged him privately and just said, "Hey, these are my issues with you. Is there a way we can hash this out, or it's just healthier if we just go out separate ways?" My God, I can't fucking talk. I did the exact same thing. But the point is, it's like, bro, like, Tash is losing it, bro. He's contradicting himself every 5 seconds. It's wild.
Like high key was because you're trying to rope me into this like hate train that you were doing. Your chat was being super
No,
fucking
I'm
miserable.
not roping you in. What the fuck are you talking? You were chatting in there the whole time. Like if you
No,
felt that way, you would have been gone.
that is no, because at a
So,
certain
wait,
point I had
can I-
already
can I-
chatted and everybody knew I was in chat.
Hex, can I interrupt? So what you're saying is, Mtashed, is that you know Hex Juice's intentions more than she does.
Again, you're doing that fucking thing where you put words in my mouth that I never said.
So then why is she telling you her point of view and you're saying, no, your point of view is wrong?
I never said that either.
Hex, did you feel that way?
That he's trying to assume my intention and my feelings.
Yes.
Yes, I feel like I've made that abundantly clear.
Cool. So Mtashed, you need to be aware of your own actions.
Shit.
Anyways, move forward.
This is shocking.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy being on the other end of this.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
Holy
good.
shit. Like I'm actually in shock right now.
I know, man. That's
I wish you luck. I wish you both luck. Good luck in the content creator space. I will not be talking about you guys. I'm not going to make videos on you. Again, I'm
Dude, did he just end it like that? Did he legit just end it like that? He's like, cool, bye. That's funny as fuck. Bro, I'm gonna real. There are no winners, but Mtashed is definitely the loser. That's the verdict. There are no winners, but Mtashed is 100% the loser. Like that just could not have gone worse. Like there was a point where I actually sided with Mtashed. I was like, I understand his point of view. I see where he's coming from. But then the moment he was like, "Oh yeah, I messaged Tectone privately," and then the second after that, he was like, "Yeah, I know I said the wrong things, but I kind of just did that to see if like he would choose our friendship over that." That's when I was like, "Oh, this shit's done for. This is finito. It's over. It's gone. It's finished." That's when I knew like this shit was done, because this guy handled that so badly. It's bro. But damn, I think that's just like this just shows like we're in a new area of the gacha space. Mtashed is just blacklisted by Horverse. He's blacklisted by the whole fucking community, because I don't think anybody's gonna be on his side. Really, I truly don't. Maybe Zadjeff, but like Envy, but like, nah, I don't think anybody's gonna be on his side. Straight up. It's a sad thing to see. What's his sub count on it right now? I'm curious. What's Mtash's sub count out right now? Oh, he's definitely been searched. Damn. I think like he's definitely, because I feel like he was a lot closer to 1 million subs than this. Maybe I could be wrong. I feel like he's definitely lost subs because of this. Bro, I typed in Mtashed and fucking Tectone shows up. But bro, that's just it's just sad to see. It really is just sad to see, because I like Mtashed, but nah, the way he handled that was just bad. It was just really fucking bad. Like this could have all been avoided if he just didn't do that 3-hour stream and just said, hey, like I'm not even like, bro, if he doesn't like Tectone, he doesn't like Tectone. I'm not shitting him for that. But if he didn't like Tectone, he should have just did all that off stream. You should just shoot him a message and be like, hey bro, I have my issues with you. We can either work this out or we go our separate ways. That should have been the done deal. That's what he should have done. But yeah, this is not gonna, I feel like this has marked him as blacklisted from the community. Like, yeah, straight up. I feel like this is like, I feel like this should be the catalyst for him to like transition into out of the gacha space. Like maybe this is a blessing in disguise for Mtashed, because I feel like for some reason something was keeping him in the gacha space. Now that this has happened, maybe something will spark, and it's like he can finally leave the gacha space and do something else. Because I've said before, he needs to stop playing gacha games because he was on a downward spiral, and this just blew up, and now he just needs to play something else. But damn, that was interesting. Gotta love the gacha. Gotta love the drama. Did I say gotcha? Gotta love the drama. But that was the true end game. That right there was the true end game of Zenless Zone Zero. That was a hoot to watch.